here it is. We have the Midwives Brew, all the ingredients: castor oil, almond butter, apricot nectar, and lemon tea. And then they say to take this on an empty stomach, so I am. I'm gonna drink it on an empty stomach, but I have my food ready so that I can eat as soon as it's over. But here goes nothing. All right, so I have the apricot juice inside the blender. Now I'm steeping this tea. They said steep it for about 10 minutes. And then I'm about to pour this and the castor oil in. 2 tablespoons apiece. All right, so this is 2 tablespoons of castor oil I'm about to pour in there. Ew. Ew. Look at that. Ew. All right, so this is the consistency. It's got like foam at the top, but it's not bad. It tastes like apricot juice. I can kind of like, I can't taste the castor oil, but I can smell it. It's not oily or anything, so that's good. I'm gonna try to just go ahead and get it washed down so I could be over it. Right now it is 4:37 and I've already drank some, so you just gotta get it all down within 20 minutes. So that's gonna be very possible as long as I just chug it now. So here's it. I honestly cannot wait to eat. Honestly, like I'm starving. And I don't know how like far in between I gotta wait to eat. It's not nasty. It's just that if you know what castor oil tastes like, you're just like, you're just expecting that. Like, I'm already having contractions. Today, she decided that she wanted to go into contraction mode. I don't know if you guys can actually see it, but it's like this side is soft and this side is sticking out super hard. See, you can't really tell, but trust me, I can feel it. It's lopsided like a mug. Ugh, I just belched and it tastes like it's that castor oil. Ah. I was reading up on it and they were saying that it works better, it's more efficient or effective if you drink it while it's still warm or room temperature. So I was gonna put ice in it, but if this is more effective, you know. I don't want to mess up anything. Also, I was reading, they said the reason why you use the almond butter is because almond butter is very sticky and it will stick to the castor oil while, you know, it's digesting, so that the castor oil doesn't just run through you. It'll kind of slow it down. So that try to, you know, to keep away the nauseous, vomiting, or diarrhea. The diarrhea is what I did not want to do. I've done castor oil before with my first daughter, and excuse me, and it tore me a new butthole. Like, I was on the toilet for hours. I was like pooping and there was nothing else to poop. Like, I was pooping stomach acid at that point, and it was just a horrible feeling, and I was like, I'll never do it again. So that's why I was really like against trying the Midwives Brew, because I've been there, I done it, and I didn't want to go back. But I was just trying to make sure this castor oil didn't like kill me like how I did before. So hopefully this works. I'll be 38 weeks tomorrow. And today, what is today? I think today is the 19th, December 19th, 2021. So I'm thinking if I go into some type of labor tonight, she'll be here by tomorrow. My labors are not normally long. I normally go into the hospital like 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, and I have them before 9 or no later than 10 o'clock. Did y'all hear that? Okay, y'all. I'm done with it. It's like a lot of froth in there, and I'm not really interested. I'm not interested in drinking that. Okay, it's all gone. It is now 4:43. And remember, I'm wiping this off my floor because I got a real pet peeve about my kids leaving, walking away. Oh Lord, that was something. Anyway, I hate that, and I just mopped too, so I had to clean that up. And my kids got a bad habit of just leaving stuff, and I'm like, no, we're not doing that. And I want to have a clean house when I come home from the hospital. So, again, it was 4:43. I'm officially finished with the Midwives Brew. Like I was telling you, I'm already having contractions. They're just not consistent. It's not active labor. It's not in my back. It's all in my stomach. I did drink that on an empty stomach like they recommend. I am going to eat. I'm gonna give it some time to like kind of try to digest, but I'm definitely gonna eat as soon as possible. So I'm gonna give it until at 5 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and eat, and I'm just gonna relax and get it together. But hopefully the baby's here by tonight, if not tomorrow morning, first thing, like 3, 4, you know. Hopefully it's a smooth labor, and hopefully it's not too painful. I don't normally use epidural, so I'm not trying to use it this time. I hope I don't do too bad of tearing. I don't need no 3rd or 4th degree tears. I pray that me and baby are healthy and make it through. I did not want to go into labor without my mom or somebody being here, but I also can't afford to have no 8-9 pound baby. Is that a bug? I think it's a net in here, y'all. I hope I killed it. Anyway, yeah, I can't afford to have no 8 or 9 pound baby, so I'm just gonna pray that, you know, everything goes smoothly. I will hope. I mean, I wished my mom could have made it in time, but she doesn't come until the 30th. She can't, you know, she was trying to come closer to the due date, and she's gonna stay with me until January the 16th. If I have the baby before then, you know, oh well, at least I still have help in a week or so. I won't miss Christmas, hopefully, and everything shit goes very smoothly. I'm excited. Okay, but oh, I'm gonna just go ahead and add this too. At my 37-week appointment, which was on Thursday the 16th, they were like, oh, you're only 2 centimeters. On my 36-week appointment, I was 1 centimeter, so I moved up a centimeter, but not enough to consider, you know, to be going into active labor. And I was like, well, I hope this baby come this weekend, because I really can't afford to wait till next weekend or the week after, considering the baby was already 7 pounds at the beginning of December, which means she is about a little over 8 pounds right now. So I'm really trying to make sure I get this baby out as soon as possible. Now, I am having contractions right now. It's more, if you kind of feel like Braxton Hicks contractions, and like my leg right here, it's got some pulling going on right there, and it ain't too comfortable. My butt's starting to hurt, so I don't know. Maybe I'll be going into labor before 10, but I'll try to keep you up to date. I might do a labor and delivery video. I don't know. But I'm gonna just jump in, jump out, and, you know, keep you updated on what's going on. All right, see you in a few. All right, guys, it is 9:05, and I have been having consistent contractions since I finished drinking the Midwives Brew. I did eat shortly after I took it, and I did have a bowel movement maybe in 45 minutes after I took it. I've been having some pretty intense contractions. It's been in my back, in my pelvis, and my stomach has been tightening, something like this. Currently having a contraction. So I just wanted to keep you guys updated. I've been drinking water. I've had 2 bottles of water so far, and I've been trying to lay down and, you know, just get comfortable with the contractions. They are not to the point where I just can't bear them. That's the time where I know I'm gonna just go ahead and go to the hospital, when I just can't bear it anymore. But I'm doing fine so far, and I'll update you again if and when it gets to the point of where I just need to go ahead and go to the hospital. All right, thank you guys for watching. Hello everyone. Wasn't expecting to see me here, were you? Today is December 20th, 2021, and it's about I don't know, 7:45. Either way it goes, I had the baby. I took the Midwives Brew yesterday around 4:35 or something like that, and then my apologies, the nurse came in. Either way, I did the Midwives Brew, and I went into the hospital at about 11:30. Contractions were getting very close together. It's my 3rd kid. I'm like, I don't want to chance it and stay and then not be able to make it to the hospital. I had my friend come over so that I can get there. Either way, got there, they're like, oh, you're still just 2 centimeters. I told them I've been, you know, contracting like frequently from 5 until, you know, the time I was there. And they were like, well, we can keep you for an hour just to observe and see if anything changes. If nothing changes, then you can go home. So
nothing changed. I went home at like, they released me at like 12:59, going on 1 o'clock in the morning. So we leave, get to the house. By the time we get home and get comfortable and all that stuff, it's almost 2. I like the pain that I was feeling is like usually the pain that I feel at like when it's time to push. So I asked her, when should I come back? And she said, if your water breaks, or if the pain intensifies. And I'm like, intensifies? If it's more than this, then I don't know if I can deal with it. Like, I need something in my IV or something. I don't know. Like, going home is a good idea, because usually when I do go into labor, it's quick. Like, it might be slow at first, but it's fairly quick when it is go time. So I went home. Me and my friend, we both just stayed in the living room. I was in the nursing chair, and I just, tried to breathe through all the contractions and was just over it. Either way, about 5:45, a contraction hit me to where it was just like, listen, if this Midwives Brew is gonna work, okay. But if this is just labor pains and it's not progressing, Lord, please make it stop. I ended up throwing up, and then I went and sat back down. I was trying to just like bear through it, because I'm like, it's not as, it's still the same intensity that it was before. Either or. 5:45 came around. I think I've already said that. Anyway, I got up. I'm like, that last contraction took me to the edge of my seat. And I'm like, I can't do this. Like, we got to go to the hospital. So she get up and was like, oh, I'm going to brush my teeth. And I'm like, ugh, okay. So she's like, getting up, getting her stuff or whatever, looking for a toothbrush. I go back to the bathroom. I use the bathroom. I wipe his blood. The bloody show is here. So I'm like, nah, we ain't gonna be able to do that. We're gonna have to just go to the hospital. We get outside, and then she goes to my trunk to put her bag in my trunk. And then I'm opening the back seat, because I'm like, I'm gonna have to get comfortable. And this is about to be a ride. And as soon as I go to try to even step into the car, my water breaks. And I start pushing. I can feel the head crowning. Oh no. Then I'm like, she was like, Amber, get in the car. I'm like, I can't. My water just broke and I'm pushing. She was like, do I need to call an ambulance? And I was like, no, we can probably make it. And I was like, go ahead, just call them. They get on the phone, they're asking a bunch of questions, making me repeat myself to answer them and all that stuff. I was just like over it, stressed out, confused, in shock, like everything. So they get the information they need. I have another contraction. The baby is like coming out. I'm trying to hold her back in. I'm literally in the middle of my carport, pushing out a baby and trying to push her back in at the same time. I had pants on, thank God. I would sit down in my car, because I'm like, oh my God, if she's gonna come, I don't want her to fall out, or So I sit down in my car, lay back, and next thing I know, her shoulders then popped out. Her shoulders then popped out. I grabbed her by her arm. Mind you, my pants are still on, but I'm like, oh my God, catch the baby. The EMS is trying to pull in, but they're taking forever. And I'm telling Ebony, like, oh my God, catch the baby. Grab my pants. Like, take them off. And then EMS come, And he's like, okay, don't push, don't push. I'm like, she's here. Ain't nothing about don't push. She's already outside of my vagina. Once you remove my pants, you will see this baby is laying on the seat of the car. So he like, oh, y'all, I need towels, I need towels, I need anything. Just hurry up. It was just like real frantic. I was like, oh, like stressed out. They're like, calm down, mom, calm down. We're just gonna clip the umbilical cord, get her out this cold. Someone got in the front seat of my car. They're trying to put their arms over the front of the car so that they can clip the umbilical cord, or give him light and stuff so he can actually see. It was just so much going on. So Morgan was born at about 6:02 in the morning. By the time we got outside and all of that, the tracker time is thrown off, but by the time I got to the hospital, it was about 6:15, 6:19. So, and I don't live that far from the hospital that they took me to. It wasn't the hospital that I had planned on going to, or the hospital that I had went to earlier that night, but they're in the same affiliation, just a different city. So that happened. When I got into triage, I had to push out the placenta. I had a whole lot of hemorrhaging going on, blood clots rather, and so they were just like pushing on my stomach. I'm like, oh my God, this is worse than giving birth. Like, this is too much. The baby, they were working on the baby, trying to warm her up and make sure that her vitals were okay. She was fine. She's healthy. She's 7 pounds 8 ounces, 20 inches and 3/4. We had a very eventful beginning of the day. We are both exhausted, but she has been breastfeeding and latching on very well. She had one wet diaper. I've eaten at least twice or 2.5 times. I ate breakfast, but it was just cereal. And then I ate, what else did I eat? They brought lunch. Yeah, I ate lunch and then I ate dinner already, but that was from outside the hospital, so they brought me another dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat that again. I have to stay well nourished so that she can, get the milk that she needs and stuff. Aside from that, that was the Midwives Brew, honey. It definitely works, but I don't think it was worth it. Ooh, like, I don't know. I think I could have just waited the natural way for the experience that I had after taking it. The intensity of the contractions alone, but like, it is a whole nother ball game. And this is my 3rd kid. This is like the worst as far as labor goes that I've ever experienced. And mind you, I pushed her out standing up in the carport of my townhouses. No epidural, no type of drugs. So I went from one extreme intensity of pain to the next. That burning ring was burning. But she's here. I'm blessed. And I'm thankful and appreciative because it could have went differently. I am relieved. But, and I am 38 weeks today. You use the Midwives Brew. Use it at your own discretion. Everyone's body is different. I did hear over and over again that the contractions were intense, but they kind of, swiveled down and stuff. throughout the night, but mine's amplified and amplified. And I wish I just would have never got sent home. But what's done is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys see the baby. She is trying to stir herself awake because she don't want to be in her crib. But mama need a nap, a real nap. She been laying on me majority of the time. She's been laying on me, and I'll like doze off or whatever, but I want to get some real sleep where I'm not jumping up every 5 seconds. And we both got our vitals taken already, so they won't be in here again until changeover. So I'm gonna try to really get some sleep. I'm gonna eat and then get some sleep. She might be hungry at this point. So anyway, I'm gonna show you the baby 1 second.
She won't keep that hat on for nothing. A little bitty head. She looks like she's hungry. So I guess I'll eat while she's trying to sleep or while she's calm. And then I'll feed her. But thank you guys for going on this journey with me. It's been eventful. Oh, that sheepy baby.